facts and the truth are driving conversation. Washington Week is an island of civil discourse in a chaotic media environment. On Friday nights, we gather the best reporters in the nation to unpack what's really happening and have a conversation that's not about point of view, but about informing the American people.
Washington Week.
All new Friday night at 7 on Arizona PBS.
From the Cronkite Studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
We are tracking a rally in support of Phoenix police outside the City Council chambers. We take you to downtown Phoenix and give you more background on what's going on today.
And a law firm releasing the names of over 100 clergy accused of sexual assault. We tell you about the press conference today, revealing more about the accusations made against them.
Also, we tell you more about how the Colorado River region is growing, how expanding businesses and housing is changing the Arizona and Nevada desert.
Cronkite News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News on Arizona PBS. I'm Jessie Jopali.
And I'm Matt Hogeson. Thank you for joining us.
Local Phoenix police supporters are rallying for law enforcement outside of Phoenix City Council.
Last week, there were anti-gun supporters that shared their anger, frustration, and pain at the council meeting. Today, Bain Froney is in downtown Phoenix as she tells us more about what's going on at today's rally. Bain?
Approximately 50 people were outside of the city council today in support of Phoenix police. We spoke to some people at the rally, and here's what they had to say.
There's a war on police in this country, okay? And I think people need to know that we need to support our police now more than ever. They've got a job. They're risking their lives to protect our community. The least we can do is come out here and show our support for them.
There are individual instances where I would say there has been police error, police corruption. However, as a general group, it's as infinitely wrong to say that police are the problem as it would be to say pull somebody out for racial reasons.
There's too much anger and angst going on, and if people would just stop and listen to one another, we might be able to get somewhere. But if we speak over each other, we'll never get anywhere.
Many people at the rally want the police to know that they are on their side. Here in downtown Phoenix, I'm Bain Froney, Cronkite News.
As the investigation continues into the Phoenix officers seen in a viral video confronting a young African-American family, some members of the community have asked why the officers involved have not been fired. We spoke with the president of the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association, also known as PLEA, who says there is an extensive protocol and procedure that must be followed when officers face possible firing.
So if there's an allegation of misconduct in any way, an investigation has to be performed. We have just cause laws here. The department would have to show just cause for termination. But so there's an allegation of misconduct. The officer is then going to be investigated by our internal affairs. We call them Professional Standards Bureau. So that in itself can take a while. It's an investigation by cops for work rule violations. So there's the same amount of speaking to witnesses, running down leads as there kind of is in a regular criminal investigation.
The investigation process of an officer then goes into a period where a discipline review board weighs in on what the appropriate punishment should be. However, the chief of police has the final say. Officers have a police officer bill of rights, which allows for them to receive due process when facing possible termination. According to Officer London, investigations can last anywhere from a few months to over a year.
Sexual abuse is something that stays with victims and their families forever.
Today, a law firm released the names of over 100 clergy accused of sexually abusing children in the Diocese of Phoenix. Cronkite News reporter Tanaya Williamson tells us what exactly was said. Tanaya?
The St. Paul, Minnesota-based attorneys released this report containing the names, photos, and details of the clergy accused of sexual abuse. Lawyers with the firm Anderson & Associates releasing a comprehensive list filled with the names and personal details of 109 clerics in Arizona accused of child sexual molestation.
And the reason we're issuing it here today and disseminating this information is that there has not been a full accounting by the Catholic Diocese in Phoenix of all the names that should have been disclosed by the Catholic bishops, past and present.
Attorneys releasing the list not long after the recently passed law that extends the period of time victims have to bring charges against abusive priests. Bridie Farrell alleges she was sexually abused as a teenage speed skater by a teammate and advocated for the passing of the bill.
Because of this legislation, I hope that the people of Arizona realize the national leader that you have all become. It is an amazing bill that was passed here in Arizona, and hats off to you. That's why I'm here with Jeff Anderson. This is something that's been needed to happen in Arizona for a long time, and finally we got this across the finish line. There are Arizonas who are currently preying on the children in Arizona. That's what needs to change.
For its part, the Phoenix Archdiocese releasing a statement saying in part, quote, "We are aware of the press conference scheduled for today that will provide survivors of sexual abuse the opportunity to shine a spotlight on the evil actions that have caused them and their loved ones deep suffering. We share in their anguish and anger. We pray that today serves as another step along their journey to healing," end quote. In a video posted a few months ago on the Phoenix Diocese website, Bishop Thomas Olmsted addressed the sex abuse scandals directly.
Please know that you are not alone. I share in your sorrow and anger. My prayer has been for the Holy Spirit to cleanse the church of these evils that are harming and dividing the faithful, and to bring healing to the body of Christ, in particular for those who have suffered abuse.
However, for the victims and attorneys who spoke today, what they went through is something they will have to live with for the rest of their lives.
It really is about the survivors, the courage of the survivors who have shared secrets and now have a chance to do something more than they could before, and having their truth known and their truth validated, and them knowing that they can do something to protect other kids in the future. That's why we're here.
Attorneys today say this is the 25th report of this kind they have released, adding they were able to compile this information of 109 names listed through public records. In the broadcast center, Tanai Williamson, Cronkite News.
Federal agencies say they may be just days away from running out of funds to handle migrants at the southern border, and Congress is rushing to come up with emergency funding. But the House and Senate differ on how to proceed, and Congress is working against its own Friday deadline before lawmakers are scheduled to leave for a 4th of July recess. The House voted on party lines last night to approve $4.5 billion in funding. Today, the Senate passed its own funding bill, a $4.6 billion measure that includes money for immigration judges and the Defense Department that is not in the House bill. The House also added protections for children being held, including limits on the number of days they can be held in some shelters, restrictions on the information that federal agencies can share on migrant families, requirements that shelters meet basic state standards, and language to keep the White House from cutting aid to Central American countries, even if the House and Senate can work out their differences. The White House has threatened a veto.
Although the 2020 elections seem far away, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors is taking steps to try to make the voting process smoother. Today, they approved a series of changes to do just that.
All in favor, please say aye.
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 By a unanimous vote today, the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors passed several proactive measures they hope will help voters during upcoming elections.
That this is going to lead to a stronger, best-in-class elections for us.
Some of the major initiatives approved include a $6.1 million contract for an updated elections management system and creating the position of a full-time director of elections.
$6.1 million to lease a new state-of-the-art system.
After facing scheduling, staffing, and technical issues in past elections, the board created an elections work group to improve voter experience. Board members say they also want to get ahead of the challenges posed by Arizona's surging population.
We've been operating as we were in 1955.
So what we're doing today as a board is we're saying we're recognizing that fact. The Maricopa County that the chairman referenced of 300 and some thousand people decades ago is not the Maricopa County of 2019, where we're 4.6 million people. So we have to adapt to that.
The board is also going to be implementing ways to improve communication between the board, the county recorder, and other election leaders. Chairman Gates says apart from these new strategies, they do realize the conversation doesn't stop here.
And also communications, that's very important. Making sure that it's communicated to folks when to vote, where they're going to have the opportunity to vote. So we got a lot of work ahead of us.
Chairman Bill Gates says they will continue working on creating a better voting experience. Coming up, we'll tell you more about the growing Colorado River region.
What this economic expansion means for businesses in the Arizona and Nevada deserts.
And have you been getting suspicious calls? We tell you more about the nationwide crackdown on illegal robocalls, who allegedly started it all, and what is being done to stop them. Next.
I'm Judy Woodruff, anchor and managing editor of the PBS NewsHour. The journalists of tomorrow face a fast-changing media landscape, but quality news remains vitally important to our communities, our country, and our world. At ASU's Walter Cronkite School of Journalism and Mass Communication, students learn solid, reliable reporting, holding the powerful accountable, and rebuilding the public's trust. The Cronkite School and Arizona PBS, preparing the next generation for a stronger future of journalism.
With wildfires, a scarcity of water, and other environmental issues facing the Earth today, it's critical to stay up to date with local impacts of a changing climate. That's why we created Elemental, covering sustainability, a multimedia collaboration between public television and radio stations. From climate change to water conservation to renewable energy and much more, Elemental covers the latest in sustainability news. Find our stories on our website, elementalreports.com.
All of its children had come to the Mother Church of Country Music. It was almost like a badge of honor that you had to bring your culture with you to the table. That's why Bob Wills and his guys brought us Western music. That's why Hank Williams brought the South with him from honky tonks. Johnny Cash brought the Black Lamb Dirt of Arkansas. Bill Monroe brought music out of Kentucky bluegrass music. Willie Nelson brought his poetry from Texas. Patsy Cline brought her heartache from Virginia. I mean, it was the most wonderful parade of sons and daughters of America that brought their hearts and their souls and their experiences, and it gave us a great era in country music.
An economic current flowing through the Colorado River region is rapidly expanding businesses and housing in the Arizona and Nevada desert.
Cronkite News reporter Kyle Dowd traveled to the river connecting the two states to learn how a California exodus and cross-state business interests have led to some of the fastest economic growth in the nation.
As soon as the houses are built, they get filled.
Experts say cheap housing and an attractive regulatory environment for businesses explain why Nevada and Arizona rank first and second in the nation for fastest job growth, and first and third respectively for fastest income growth, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics.
You get the combination of significant numbers of people moving into this region combined with relatively positive economic opportunity for businesses, and you lead to a relatively fertile environment in terms of economic growth. And I think that's what you're seeing.
Those people and businesses are largely coming from California, which is at the top of an economic triangle that connects Nevada and Arizona. Business leader John Pinecker says Bullhead City is one of the first points of contact for fleeing Californians.
By far, it's the most amount of relocation we get, both businesses and residences, is from California. And they attribute it to the policies. They can't stand what's going on out there. Taxes are a big part of it. The cost of living out there.
According to a cost of living index, a worker making a salary of $75,000 a year in Irvine, California could maintain that same standard of living with less than half that salary in Bullhead City.
They're working as fast as they can to try and get homes built. A big part of that is the people moving here from California. They don't want something that's already built. They want to build their own thing because they sold their $1 million home and now they got money to spend.
Bullhead City has a younger sister named Laughlin right across the Colorado River in Nevada. Laughlin was born to casino magnate Don Laughlin in 1964 after he flew over nearly empty desert in his private plane and built the first of 11 casinos.
When he spotted this in his airplane, he knew that this would be a perfect place. You know, the river divides the two states.
Today, the two communities work together to accommodate the influx from California, according to Laughlin's Museo.
For Bullhead, or for the Arizona areas, there's not enough employment for everyone that wants to live in Paradise.
Museo is among the Arizona residents who live in Bullhead City but commute to Laughlin. While Laughlin has the jobs, Bullhead City has the housing. Nearly 85% of workers in Laughlin's entertainment industry live on the other side of the state line in Arizona.
We've kind of said, let's make this one community with a river running through it. And that's really the way that we do it, and that's what we have to do. It's too important. We need them. They need us.
Across the bridge, Pineker's Laughlin counterpart said the relationship goes beyond just dollars.
We share the same fishing hole. We go to the same schools and the same activities and the same parks. We share our dogs and our families and our children.
2 states and 2 time zones, united by the Colorado River. Reporting from Bullhead City, Kyle Dowd, Cronkite News.
The Interstate 11 project, which may one day run from Canada to Mexico, is expected to push the synergy between Arizona and Nevada even further.
It could be finished as soon as next year, but environmental concerns might delay the project.
President Donald Trump is formally backing Arizona Republican Senator Martha McSally in one of the most closely contested Senate races of the 2020 election. Trump said on Twitter Tuesday that McSally has his complete and total endorsement. He says the former fighter pilot has done an outstanding job in Washington and is fully supportive of his agenda. He says Martha is strong on crime and borders, the Second Amendment, and loves our military and vets. McSally narrowly lost last year to Democrat Kyrsten Sinema, and her strong support for Trump and his policies was seen as a factor in the loss. Mark Kelly, a retired Navy combat fighter, a former astronaut, is running against Senator McSally in the 2020 election. He kicked off his Senate campaign back in February. Kelly is married to former Congresswoman Gabby Giffords, who survived a shooting in 2011. The attack led Kelly to leave NASA and push for gun control.
The U.S. government announced a nationwide crackdown on illegal robocalls on Tuesday, specifically targeting companies and individuals who have collectively placed over 1 billion unwanted calls for financial schemes and other services. The crackdown involves nearly 100 cases, including ones filed by the state of Arizona. Derek Bartoli, a Florida man, is allegedly responsible for developing, selling, and using a form of software that allows millions of calls to be placed back to back. The Traced Act would expand the FCC's power to punish illegal robocallers. Officials say Americans have received 25.3 billion robocalls so far this year.
State utility regulators say Arizona Public Service can't prove it followed regulations before shutting off electricity for a woman who died days later. The Arizona Corporation Commission issued a report on Tuesday revealing its results from an investigation into how APS handled the power shutoff last September. According to the report, it's still unclear whether placing a door hanger at the home of the 72-year-old Stephanie Pullman met the standards of a required personal visit. Officials say door hangers from other Arizona utility companies provide more helpful information about how to avoid a shutoff. As a result of Pullman's death, the commission approved a ban to prohibit utility companies from doing power shutoffs because of missed payments. The ban extends from June 1st through October 15th. Evacuation orders have been lifted, which means hundreds of people are heading home.
We're learning new information about the Woodbury fire. How much progress has been made by crews on the front lines, and the role weather could play this week.
Stay in the know on the go. At Cronkite News, we work hard to report the facts and keep you updated, whether we're on set or on the scene.
Taking it from the studio to the field. So I'm here in South Phoenix.
In Phoenix, we're just a click away. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter, or find us online at cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
By the year 2050, there will be more plastic in the ocean than fish. Before Professor Halden, I had an insane amount of passion, but I almost felt helpless because I didn't know how to use it. Professor Halden gave me a chance to make a difference. Being at a place like ASU allows you to take these big leaps. Ultimately, the biggest problems in the world cannot be solved alone.
The Woodbury fire continues to spread despite being 48% contained.
There is some good news. Roosevelt area residents who were evacuated last week are allowed to return home. The fire burning in the Superstition Mountains is more than 123,000 acres in size. Firefighters have managed to keep the fire from jumping across State Route 188. Right now, the highway is back open. No homes have been damaged since the fire started nearly 3 weeks ago. Crews say winds this week will make smoke from the Woodbury fire more visible to people passing through the area.
The National Weather Service has issued the first red flag warning of the season in Nevada. Hazardous conditions are expected to raise concern of wildfires across nearly the entire state. The warning includes the Lake Tahoe region, parts of Northeast California, all of the Sierra Front, and stretches as far south as Las Vegas. Temperatures are expected to be above 100 degrees the entire week.
We know temperatures will be high in California and Nevada.
Let's see what this week has in store for us. Here's Nikisha Johnson with the forecast.
Thanks, guys. Currently, our temperature here in Phoenix is 104 degrees with partly cloudy. We also have a red flag warning here in Arizona today and tomorrow. This is due from strong winds, low humidity, and warm temperatures. This can contribute to extreme fire behavior. We are recommended that we don't do any outdoor burning. Looking at tonight's forecast, we will be in those triple digits up until about 7 p.m. Then we'll hit those high 90s at 8 p.m. and get into those low 90s, high 80s around 11 and 10 p.m. In 1990 today, our high was 122 degrees. That is the highest temperature Arizona has experienced on record. While today's high is only 104, that is going to be an 18-degree difference between the two. Looking at the highs for tomorrow across the state, here in Phoenix we will be at 105, Yuma will be at 102, Tucson 106, and Flagstaff 79, while other regions of northern Arizona will be in those mid to high 80s. Looking at the next couple days, our high tomorrow will be 105. We'll go up to 109 on Friday and then down to 107 on Saturday. We will see some clouds rolling in on Friday, but we'll really see them coming Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and then seeing those clear skies Tuesday and Wednesday. Our highs will stay between 107 and 109 throughout the week, with our lows being those mid to high 80s. For your weather report, I'm Nikisha Johnson at Cronkite News.
Coming up, baseball fans crossing the line.
They were caught on camera trying to get close to players.
The incidents are now raising concerns about safety inside baseball stadiums.
Cronkite News, weeknights at 5 on Arizona PBS.
Major League Baseball is currently sorting through a handful of issues to help protect its fans, but the latest events have some of the players wondering, what about us?
Most people enjoy going to a baseball game for the atmosphere and maybe getting a little bit rowdy cheering on their team. But some fans are crossing the line, literally. A fan ran onto the field at Chase Field each of the last 2 nights as the Diamondback players played the Dodgers. So far, the events have been harmless, as you can see in the video. A young woman rushed up and tried to hug Dodgers outfielder Cody Bellinger. These incidents continued a run of 3 straight nights of fans running onto the field during Dodgers games. Diamondbacks pitcher Robbie Ray and manager Torey Lovullo say that while nobody was hurt, it's definitely a cause for concern.
We love the idea that they come here and have a good time and cheer as loud as they can for the D-backs, and we felt that last night. That was fantastic. But I think when you take it a little bit too far and cross a boundary and break a rule and break a law, you're asking for some problems.
You have no clue what their intentions are. And this is our career. You know, it's you don't know if they're going to come at you. You don't know if they have something on them that they can hurt you with. So it's just really stupid.
The Diamondbacks told USA Today Sports that the woman who pushed Bellinger Monday night was arrested for disorderly conduct and trespassing.
She has been banned from Chase Field indefinitely.
Cronkite News is proud to be the news division of Arizona PBS. Here's what's coming up on Arizona Horizon and PBS NewsHour.
On the next Arizona Horizon, how looking at polls from last year's election can help make sense of next year's vote. And we'll see how Arizona scientists are collecting samples from asteroids. That's the next Arizona Horizon.
I'm Judy Woodruff on the next NewsHour. It's that time again. What's at stake in the first Democratic presidential primary debate? That's Wednesday on the PBS NewsHour.
That's it for Cronkite News tonight. Thank you for joining us.
For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.
We ask a lot of our heroes.
He had his pilot's license before he had his driver's license.
We put a burden on Neil Armstrong that he didn't enjoy.
Who was the first man on the moon on Nova?
Tonight at 8 on Arizona PBS. Explore new ideas and new worlds here on Arizona PBS, a community service of Arizona State University.
See this flower garden? There used to be a car sitting there, a car I didn't use and didn't want. So I donated it to public television, and they took care of everything. In addition to supporting my favorite programs, I earned a tax deduction. Turn something you don't need into something you really want. Contact the Vehicle Donation Program.
Coming up next on Arizona PBS, Life and World.
Hello, I'm Paula Kerger, President and CEO of PBS. We know that you have many choices on TV, and I just want to say thank you for choosing to watch Arizona PBS. In addition to offering the best of our national content, from the PBS NewsHour to PBS Kids, your station presents exceptional programs that focus on the issues important to your family and your community. As we look to the future, we promise that we will continue to offer content that